We have this piston cylinder arrangement where 1 mole of gas is between these two cylinders. Difference in areas of pistons is given. Mass of the both combined mass of the pistons is given, and outside pressure P naught is also given. We need to find if we start heating this. So the gas will expand, and if the gas has to expand, the piston assembly will move up. You can see that because this area is larger. So they are asking by how much kelvins must the gas between the pistons be heated to shift the pistons through 5 centimeter. So from geometry, basically we need to find that if the piston moves through 5 centimeter, what is the change in volume? And if we know what is the change in volume, then using gas law, we can find what should be the change in temperature. So that is our approach. So let's start. So when pistons are at rest, so initially the pistons are at rest, and finally when we heat it, then eventually again the pistons will come at rest. So if the pistons are at rest, that means the mass of basically the net force on the pistons is 0. So we'll start from there because that will give us the initial pressure. So let's start. When pistons are at rest, F net is equal to 0. So the net downward force on the pistons is mg. And this side of the piston is being pushed down with the force P minus P naught into S2. And this side of the piston is being pushed up with the force P minus P naught into S1. So we'll just do the force balance, that downward force, which is mg plus force on smaller piston, is equal to force on bigger piston. So from here we get mg is equal to P minus P naught into delta S, because S1 minus S2 is delta S. So only one variable P here, so we got P is equal to this. Now interestingly, you can see that here all the terms are properties of the arrangement of the system. Nothing here is property of the gas. P naught is atmospheric pressure, mass is mass of the piston, G is gravity, and delta is difference in area of the pistons. So this means the pressure, initial pressure and final pressure is same. Again, inside the gas, initial pressure P is same as final pressure P. So initial pressure is equal to final pressure is equal to this, which is constant. So we have got P, and now let's talk about V. So initial volume, if we take V, then final volume is V plus S1L minus S2L. So if it is moving up by distance L, the volume increases by S1L and it decreases by S2L. So net volume becomes initial volume plus S1L minus S2L. So now we are ready to do our gas law. The initial temperature should be, okay, initial temperature is not given. So anyway, let's try the gas law now. So P1 V1 by T1 is equal to P2 V2 by T. So if initial temperature we take as T, and we can take the final temperature as T plus delta T. We need to find delta T. But we still don't know the T. So eventually, so don't worry about it, just start solving, because we know that the initial temperature T we can always find because we know the initial pressure P. So let's just hang around and try to solve this. So this gives, so if we take T plus delta T here and we take V here, so if we cross multiply, we get 1 plus delta T by T is equal to 1 plus delta SL by V. So 1 will get cancelled out and we get delta T is equal to delta SL into T by V. So we don't know T, we don't know V, but we know the ratio of T by V, that is P by NR. And we have found the value of P. We know N is 1 mole and we know gas constant. So we just replace that and this becomes delta S LP by NR, and if we put the value of P here, we get our answer. All right.